Hey, what's up guys? Ace Baker here. Thanks so much for tuning in. So today we're going to talk about the importance of taking a break in Costa Rica. I'm kidding, of course. It doesn't have to be Costa Rica. But if you're not feeling work and life feels like Groundhog Day every day, then it's time to switch it up. Seriously, if you have a hard time focusing, you're cynical about work, you feel like the stress of life is killing you, and worst of all, your energy is low, consider taking a break. No matter if it's for an afternoon, a day, a week, or longer. In this video, I'll attempt to kill two birds with one stone. I really like birds, but you know what I mean. I want to dive into the benefits of taking breaks, how I recently took an almost perfect break in Costa Rica, and one setback I experienced while doing so. My girlfriend and I were a little burned out from working and the isolation we experienced during COVID. So once we were fully vaccinated, we decided to switch our environment and travel to Costa Rica. Studies have shown that taking a break from work, being a full-time student, or a stay-at-home mom can have physical and mental health benefits and accelerate your career growth. People who take vacations can reduce the risk of heart disease, improve their outlook on life, and best of all, be more motivated to achieve goals. Even the famous JP Morgan recognized the importance of taking a break by stating, "I can do a year's work in 9 months' time, but not 12. Knowing this, we started mapping out where we wanted to recharge and decided on Costa Rica for a couple of reasons. We wanted to be in a completely new environment where neither of us had been before. Some of the key benefits of being in a new environment are: it broadens your horizons, it builds confidence, it provides the opportunity to connect with new people, it creates unforgettable memories, and it makes you appreciate what you already have because it puts your life at home into perspective. 2. We wanted to be in a place that's relatively safe. Traveling to a new place can at times challenge you and make you feel uncomfortable, especially if English is not the primary language of your destination. So the benefits of traveling to a place that is considered safe are: 1. You don't need to be stressed about being in an uncontrollable situation. I once had a machine gun pointed in my face when I was in Nigeria, which was a rather unpleasant experience. You can relax, enjoy your trip, and trust that if you follow local customs, people in general will take care of you. Also, it enhances your tolerance for uncertainty because you know you might end up in a situation outside of your comfort zone, but you know you're not putting your life in harm's way. You may have experienced this before. When you say something in another language that you don't know too well, people might not understand you, or they laugh and they may think it's funny. So it's slightly embarrassing, but you'll survive. By the way, I created a video about my slightly embarrassing experiences as a travel crash test dummy, and we'll link to it up here. Lastly, we wanted to be in a place where the air and water were warm and where it's easy to do things outdoors. Being indoors and in front of a screen for work most of the time is hard enough, and as you know, there are countless benefits to spending some time in the outdoors. Costa Rica fit all these criteria, and it is somewhat easy to travel to from California. So if you feel like the weight of the world is resting on your shoulders, but you can't quite decide to take a break, consider the following 3 benefits countless studies have shown. In a nutshell, physical and mental health benefits and accelerated career growth. Taking a break improves your physical health. Stress increases the risk of heart disease and high blood pressure. The New York Times reported that taking a vacation every 2 years instead of every 6 will lessen the risk of coronary heart disease and heart attacks, meaning if you want a healthy heart, vacation more often. Costa Rica was a fantastic place to relax and shake off the accumulated stress because it allowed us to connect with nature, see animals and interact with animals in their natural habitat, and then have access to gorgeous beaches and pleasantly warm water. Taking a break improves your mental health. Neuroscientists have found that constant stress can alter your brain structure and make you more susceptible to anxiety and depression. When you unplug and take a break or vacation, you give your brain the chance to calm down and relax. This lets your body and mind heal similarly to recovering from a physical injury. Think of it as not walking on a broken leg for some time. Costa Rica is one of the most biodiverse countries in the world, which makes it fun to explore. From the white sandy beaches to the cooler northern highlands around the Arenal volcano. From walking over the famous hanging bridges to ziplining through the jungle made me forget all the pressures of life at home. Tabacon, which is a town at the foothills of the Arenal volcano, has some of the largest hot springs in the world. Some are public, others are accessible through a few resorts. We decided to stay at the Tabacon Thermal Resort and Spa, which made accessing the hot springs very easy since it was included in the stay. Experiencing these hot springs during the day and night was easily one of the most relaxing things I've done in the last couple of years. Not only was it a super unique experience to swim and chill in many of the different hot pools, but it also let us forget all the stress and worries of life back home. Lastly, taking a break regularly leads to more success at work. The Harvard Business Review published an article that highlights that taking more vacations statistically leads to greater success at work, lower stress, and more happiness at work and at home. Recovery time is crucial for body and brains, and oftentimes employees come home with new ways and ideas to tackle problems. There's one caveat. Vacations need to be somewhat planned and are not supposed to be stressful. Ideally, feeling safe and adding a few new social connections on the trip lead to a positive ROI for 94% of vacations taken. This is in terms of your energy and outlook upon returning to work. Here comes the kicker. People who took more than 10 days of vacation per year were almost twice as likely as their counterparts who took less than 10 days of vacation per year to receive a bonus or a raise. Folks, you know what to do now. I got lucky. I was pretty busy leading up to the trip, but my girlfriend is an excellent planner. I found a few great videos and resources before the trip, but she put together the ideas and the agenda. So we were able to put a check mark next to the well-planned trip. We stayed in an amazing bed and breakfast. We made some new acquaintances, shared some ideas and had discussions where we learned about other parts in the world and shared lots of laughs.
And how is it, sir?
Very warm.
Yeah.
For the most part, We felt safe while traveling and had time for action, exploration, and relaxation. So we almost succeeded in taking a successful and recharging vacation. But wait, I said there was one setback. We were driving in a small town called Nicoya, but it was raining and we missed a stop sign. Boom.
We had an accident.
Thankfully, nobody was hurt, but dealing with the police, the other driver, in Spanish only, while figuring out the right procedure, added more excitement and perhaps also stress to our trip than we wanted. Luckily, we were able to put the stress and the shock behind us after half a day and move on. The bottom line is simple. Don't crash your car while on vacation. All jokes aside, the research is simple. If you want to improve your physical and mental health, your productivity, and your chances of receiving a bonus or promotion, go on vacation. Make sure you plan your trip ahead of time. Stay in the safe zone, at least for the most part. Add some action and relaxation to your schedule, and you're golden. Now let me know in the comments below where you're going next, or share one unusual travel experience. And please, hit the notification bell, the like button, and subscribe to my channel, as this will tremendously help. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.